Hi fellow realtors, my name is David Mashonsky and I'm here to tell you about Quigler, the revolutionary app that will make your job easier by putting you on the side of the consumer and providing your client with everything they have wanted from us and thereby help you to generate more leads. But first, allow me just a moment to tell you a bit about myself. I've been a realtor for over 25 years and even founded the Manhattan, New York Association of Realtors and the Manhattan Multiple Listing Service. I've served as the chairman of every NAR International Committee and served on NAR's extended leadership team under President Walt McDonald. I'm also a senior instructor for the CIPS designation, and I hold 3 other NAR designations. Now, I'm mentioning all this to you only to assure you that I'm a realtor through and through, and that means that I too worry about where the next buyer or seller is going to come from. I know how hard it is to prospect for new business. I know what it means to sit up late into the evening in a seller's living room to get a listing. And I know what it means to work with buyers and try to manage the hundreds of tasks that we do daily. Being a real estate agent is tough work, and I know that. So, in the next few minutes, let me show you how Quigler will change everything about your business for the better. Now, most of us are in real estate because we absolutely love serving our customers. After all, there's no better feeling than helping someone to buy or sell a home and walk away from the transaction feeling fully satisfied. Yet, surveys tell us that on average, people trust realtors about as much as they trust Congress. You see, your customers may love you individually, but as a whole, the industry is beset by a lack of trust. But good realtors are like swans sliding across a lake. All that hard work you do is often hidden under the surface. As a result, your customers don't realize the labor-intensive complexity of everything you do. What you need is a way to show your daily hard work. You need help demonstrating the furious paddling that's going on under the calm lake. Clients don't fully understand all the value that you provide. For example, they don't realize all the time you may have saved them by not showing homes that weren't right for them. They come away from a transaction with only a fuzzy picture of what you did. And with all the ripples in the lake, they just can't see the furious paddling below the surface. And all that paddling results in client retention rate of only about 24%. For successful agents who have been in the game longer, the number increases to about 40%. But even then, it still means that you have to seek out 60% of your new clients each and every year. And by spending so much time annually finding new customers, it leaves little time for managing the complexities of a transaction. To deliver swan-like service, you have to keep track of hundreds of independent tasks. Even everyday transactions have many moving parts at every step in the process, from collecting comps to negotiating allowances. And larger transactions, well, they're even more complex. Governing all this is a maze of laws and regulations, local, state, and federal, that are constantly changing. On top of that, NAR and even state and local boards have best practices and procedures that are often challenging to keep abreast of. If only there was a way a client could know just what we have to navigate to get them to the closing table. In this environment, it's not uncommon, even for conscientious realtors, to drop a ball every now and then. It may even be rare, but the risk goes with the territory. And we all know that even when we get it right, there's always a higher level of service we want to achieve. Given the level of transactional complexity, new agents especially need mentors. Most big-name brokerages offer a brand name, a desk rental, and not much else. All of us have been beginners at one point. With the ink still drying on our licenses, we charge out into the world with a fistful of contacts and a body full of nervous energy. But as newbies, where do we go for answers? Once upon a time, you could ask a manager at your brokerage, but those days are over. These days, it's a numbers game for the big players. You rent a desk, you put your name on a sign rider, and you figure it out on your own, or you fail trying. Now, the need for constant lead generation drives some of us to turn to apps like Zillow and Trulia for help. Both companies were originally aimed at making realtors the new travel agents, rare or extinct. What's their business? Well, it's scraping listings from the MLS and then selling leads back to us. And so looking for a leg up, we turn to them. For some of us, grudgingly. Why? Because we know that these apps began with the idea that our work is disposable and that realtors can be bypassed just as easily as travel agents were with sites like Expedia. Of course, that hasn't been the story for us. For all of Silicon Valley's ambition, our profession has proved pretty difficult to squash. And so most of us, well, we formed an uneasy alliance, watching as these apps mine the MLS data for leads and then sell customers back to us, neatly inserting their profits into the process. And then we try to inform our clients of our paddling by turning to the rating and the grading sites, which offer third-party reviews of realtor services. You know the names of the biggest players: Yelp, Zagat, TripAdvisor. Yet none of these sites judge us against an objective standard. All of them are based on someone else's subjective opinion. And always, the reviews come not in real time, but only after we are done, providing no ability for us to improve. And because the public has learned that these sites are subjective, they know how easily they can be censored and gamed by a clever agent. After all, when businesses can pay to have a negative review removed, it erodes trust in the whole reviewing business. Ultimately, we agents need a better system of reviewing and grading what we do than the current highly manipulated reviewing model. So we got to thinking about an app that would solve some of the issues we've identified, beginning with providing greater visibility for our work so our customers would truly understand all the beneath-the-surface work that we do. We wanted an app that never allows us to neglect a task or miss a deadline. The app we envisioned should also keep us organized and on task, even automating certain tasks, helping us to do the right things while staying in compliance with the maze of laws and regulations governing our real estate practice. We wanted to be not just compliant, but operate at peak effectiveness for our customers. We also wanted an app that encompassed what the best agents know that we can all benefit from. We wanted an app that helped us to find new business while becoming absolutely indispensable to our existing customers. After all, lead generation, well, it's a constant need. How do customers find us and how do we find them? And how do we do a better job of keeping them when they're back in the market? Well, we wanted an app that will help bridge those gaps. And yes, we want to be rated, but we want an app that generates ratings based on universal standards of performance instead of Yelp-style subjective reviews that can be easily manipulated by those clever agents. We wanted a rating and grading model that uses the standards that we realtors already live with, from NAR, regulators, and industry best practices, all to generate a rating that cannot be gamed or manipulated. As a result, when customers are looking for the best rated agents in our area, we wanted our name to pop out and land more business for us. Don't you too? We wanted a truly effective app that would serve both clients and realtors. So what if this app didn't come from a Silicon Valley interloper or a Trulia Zillow organization who wouldn't care less if we went the way of the dinosaur, but instead came from within the industry, operating with our best interest in mind? And what if we had the opportunity to become a founding agent, an early adopter, who might also become an equity owner someday soon? Well, meet Quigler. We believe this app has the potential to not just revolutionize your business, but to revolutionize our whole industry. It's an app created by realtors, for realtors, and their customers to showcase all the under-the-surface work we do. And we want it to be owned by realtors to benefit realtors, not just the tech industry. You see, we don't want to put you out of business. Instead, we want to get you more business. And we want you to be an owner of your business technology. Again, meet Quigler. And Quigler even allows us to comply with one of the requirements of our code of ethics. That is, that we remain zealous to maintain and improve the standards of our calling. Quigler does exactly that. It helps us to comply with our own industry standards and stand out as a shining example of someone living up to our own code. It's an app that makes our clients love us because it gives them what they want: transparency, constant updating, trust, accountability, 24/7, all in real time. It's an app that articulates your value proposition so you don't have to. an app that helps you easily to comply with industry best practices without weeks of time-consuming schooling and courses costing hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's an app that enhances your value to consumers and protects your commission against erosion and commissionectomies. It's a place where new agents get a daily to-do list. Even better, it's the one app that can set high standards for all of us, generate leads to quality agents, differentiate the good in the market, and make more money for you. That's Quigler. So let's summarize. First, Quigler informs your clients of all that paddling that you're doing under the surface. Second, it provides real-time 24/7 updating of your clients so they are never left in the dark. Third, it makes your compliance with industry best practices just a click away. Fourth, it enhances your value proposition for clients that helps to destroy commissionectomies. Fifth, it offers answers so you get fewer complaints from consumers. Wait until you see Quigler's Y tab, the soon-to-be can't-live-without tool for agents and consumers, easily telling you everything you need to know to make your clients love you. It's a veritable Wikipedia for industry-approved brokerage practices and processes. Sixth, Quigler is a daily time manager, keeping you on track and saving you time. Seventh, it provides you an independent third-party verification that you are doing what you should be doing. And remember, it informs, educates, and trains everyone, so you don't have to, which means it's like having your own public relations agent every day. Wouldn't you like to have someone touting all that you do daily? And because of all that this app does for you, it generates leads from those who trust you. And because what Quigler offers is universal appeal, all your clients will love you. After all, when you hire a service provider, don't you want trust and accountability from them? Isn't this something we all want? I know I do, and I bet you do too. Well, so don't your customers, all of them. What Quigler provides is something everybody desires and everyone wants. And whether you're a sole practitioner or someone who wants to grow a team or grow your company, Quigler makes all that possible and a lot easier. Why? Because it gives you a competitive advantage over everyone else in the market. In short, Quigler tells you and your client what you're doing, when you do it, and why it's important to your clients. And it does so in a way that makes good agents look even better. And for newer agents, it allows them to start with a very high standard. And so, Quigler holds the potential for you to revolutionize consumer-agent interaction. It changes how consumers find you. It gives your clients undreamed-of transparency. It updates consumers on an unprecedented scale. And it allows you to be credited with demystifying the opaque and tangled real estate transaction process for your clients. You can be responsible now for simplifying the whole process for both yourself and your clients. And so, what does Quigler cost? Well, it starts with a base fee of only $19 a month. With that, you get access to all the steps and actions, and you learn a grade that's given to your client. Then there are upgrades. For another $19 a month, you get the done-for-you update letter that makes this time-consuming task simple. For another $19 a month, you can get placed in the valuable search directory where consumers go to find an agent willing to comply with industry best practices. Finally, you don't want to appear there without an enhanced profile that not only allows you to load more information about yourself and why you should be chosen, but it provides a direct link to your website so you can benefit from Quigler's consumer traffic. The whole package costs $76 a month if each upgrade is bought separately, but we've bundled all the upgrades into one yearly payment for just $599, which works out to about $49 a month. But there may be an even better opportunity for our early adopter founding agents. You see, we've taken the 1,000 most populated cities and the 100 most affluent towns in America and designated a fixed number of early adopter founding agent slots for each of them. Whoever fills those early adopter founding agent slots first gets an even better deal. What do you get? Well, you get 50% off of our yearly already discounted rate of $599. You pay only $298 for the first year, and you get all of the Quigler upgrades. But again, this is only for those early adopters who take those limited first slots. And as an added bonus, we will even give you the second year at the same heavily discounted $298 price. Now, why might we be doing this? Well, first, we believe Quigler has the potential to become a multi-billion-dollar business just like Zillow. Why? Because if only 10% of U.S., Canadian, and Mexican agents subscribe, we should have about 150,000 subscribers out of about 1.5 million licensees. But there's another figure that really intrigues us. About 20% of the U.S. industry are new agents yearly, and that's about 200,000 a year more just there. And we think a new agent, well, they'd have to be brain dead not to subscribe to an app that tells them everything they need to do every day to stay compliant with industry best practices. And so we did what most startups do. We started talking with VC firms about funding, and they told us the same thing. Show us some consumer adoption, they said, and show us some agent subscriptions. Hey, and we're in. We love Quigler. So we asked ourselves, if we needed agent subscriptions, then why give the VC firms the ground floor deal? Why not go directly to our agents and offer them a great deal as an early adopter founding agent? And so we asked, why not pre-sell our product to early adopter agent customers instead, rather than give the VCs the great deal? After all, there are at least 1.5 million potential agent customers for Quigler in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and we only need a few thousand early adopters to get started. So for us, this was an easy decision. By going to our customers and giving them a great deal rather than raising money through VCs, we got early adopters. We raised some capital. We filled Quigler with agents who buyers and sellers can contact right at the get-go. And we gave our first customers a terrific deal. And again, after all, we're only looking for a few thousand agents to start, and there are at least 1.5 million potential agent customers for Quigler in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So we took those early adopter slots and we allocated them all around the major cities we want to cover at our launch. And because you are in one of the major cities and known to somebody in Quigler, you have been invited to this opportunity. So let's review what we think is an incredible opportunity for you. First, be an early adopter and buy a 1-year discounted membership for $298, which is a $599 value. Second, get the option to renew for a second year at the same great price. Third, title yourself a Quigler founding agent for life. Fourth, differentiate yourself and set high standards for others in your market. And fifth, you get all the upgrades, including the update letter to clients, the enhanced profile with video, a direct link from Quigler's consumer traffic to your website, and priority placement in Quigler search results so consumers find you first. Now, all of that is a great deal, but you could take advantage of a second opportunity. You could subscribe to Quigler for 4 years at $1,000 and get Quigler at the amazing rate of $250 a year. And this second opportunity comes with a possible surprise kicker. I'll tell you about it in a second. When you subscribe, yes, we will take your credit card now for either the $298 membership or the 4-year $1,000 membership. But we won't charge your card until we launch in your state. And we'll even give you 7 days notice before we launch. During that time, you have the option to cancel and pay nothing, eliminating any risk in your being an early adopter. Interested? Well, it gets even better for anyone able to take the $1,000 subscription because the opportunity doesn't end there. And so, while we've been raising money and programming the Quigler app, federal and state securities laws are changing, which make it easier for small investors to invest in private companies like Quigler. And we want to take advantage of these new rules to allow, to the extent possible, Quigler founding agents to get actual stock in the company. Now, while there's no guarantee that these laws will be available or applicable to all founding agents in all states, to the extent they are, you will have the opportunity to convert your 4-year membership into $1,000 of Quigler equity. But you still get to keep your 4-year membership as an owner benefit. Now, that's a great deal. In fact, we've tried to design it to be a deal that no one should turn down. 4 years worth of Quigler, a $2,400 value, plus $1,000 of equity in the company, all for just $1,000 now? When has a real estate tech company ever offered that good a deal to you before? So here's what happens next. Check your area to see if there are early adopter founding agent slots available. If so, click the Join Us button and authorize a charge for either the $298 or the $1,000 subscription. We will then notify you 7 days in advance of when we launch in your state. You then tell us if it's okay to make the charge. In the meantime, we'll be sending you updates on the app, and you'll be a true insider, learning how it works, testing its features, providing us feedback. And as a founding agent, you'll get the beta version and be able to see everything before anyone else does. And you'll be the first to get the final version in your state. You'll also receive training as how to use it to maximize its many benefits for your business. As a founding agent, you'll be the first in your area to unveil it to buyers and sellers and welcome them to use the app for free, distinguishing yourself from others in your market. And as a result, you'll be generating business that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of times more than your subscription price. And when you choose the $1,000 4-year subscription, and if and when the new securities laws make it possible, as we expect, you'll be among the first to add $1,000 of equity in the company to your 4-year membership. Now, isn't that refreshing and nice to hear, especially from a tech firm? A tech firm that isn't taking your listings and selling you back your leads? One where as a real estate agent, you can get in on the ground floor and even perhaps become an equity owner? One that generates leads for you, does your update letters for you, directs its consumer traffic to you, and puts you on the side of the consumer so you can always win with your clients. Click on the Join Us button below now to see if there are any early adopter founding agent slots in your area and be part of the extraordinary Quigler revolution.